Hi, this is Dr. A.K. Srivastava. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss free electron theory. And after that, I will use this theory to prove Ohm's law. So these are main points of free electron theory. First point is the outermost electron of the metal atoms are known as valence electron. And these valence electrons are weakly bound with the atoms. So let us take one example, sodium metal. What is the atomic number of sodium? 11. Write the electronic configuration 281. What this one is basically valence electron. Valence electron. And this electron is weakly bound with this atom, sodium atom, according to this free electron theory. We can take another example, for example, magnesium. What is atomic number? 12. 282. This 2 is the valence electron. The second point of this free electron theory is the valence electron interact and form a gas of electrons, and these gas of electrons move with relative freedom throughout the resulting assembly of metal ions. See, if you take a sodium crystal, what will happen? If you remove one of the electron from the metal, so this will be ion, metal atom, this will be ion, and this will be electron. So these electrons are moving freely in this crystal, okay, and these electrons are holding these ions together. These kind of properties such as high electric current, thermal conductivities, opacity, surface luster, and other characteristic properties of metal can be explained on the basis of this free electron theory. Okay. Point number 3. When metal atoms are isolated, their total energy is higher than when they are bound together. What does it mean? Means if your atom in the crystal, suppose this is crystal and your atom in the crystal, inside this crystal, okay, this is one of the case, and you can consider, let's suppose your metal atom is separated, isolated, they are not inside any crystal, okay. In this case, okay, let's suppose total energy in this case is ET, E1, and in this case total energy is E2, okay. So what is this? Their total energy is higher when they are bound together. In this case, E1 is greater than E2, means this E1 is greater than E2. Why this greater than E2? The reason for this energy reduction is that each valence electron is on average closer to one ion or another than it would be if it belonged to an isolated atom. Means, see, if there is an electron, suppose, and this electron will be closer to this ion or any other ion as compared to when it belonged to an isolated atom. Separation between this electron and ion is smaller in this case. That's why this total energy is less than, in this case, E2, less than E1. This is point number 3. Now the point number 4 is the electron potential energy is reduced in metal crystal than in the atom. Let's take metal crystal here, and your atoms are, let's suppose, inside metal crystal, and I am taking isolated atom also, sodium. Here potential energy suppose U1, here potential energy suppose U2. What is happening here? The potential energy is reduced in metal crystal. Here potential energy is reduced, U1 is less than U2. Why? What is the relation for potential energy? This is the relation for potential energy. U is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R. If you take any charge, electron and one charge here, positive charge, the separation between them is smaller. If R is smaller here, What will happen? There is a see r is smaller in this case, u will be higher. Okay, but electron having negative charge, what will happen? This will be, one will be in minus sign. This u will be less than in this case as compared to an isolated atom. And on the other hand, the kinetic energy of electron increases in metal crystal. Here, if you consider the metal, here the kinetic energy is K1, and in case of isolated atom, let's suppose kinetic energy is K2. And in this case, K1 is greater than K2. Already I told you the point number 2, electron is actually free. In this case, they can move in crystal. Okay, so these electrons are free, so they will have some kinetic energy. So their kinetic energy is higher as compared to when they are in isolated form, in isolated atom. Means K1 is greater than K2. The valence energy levels of the metal atoms are slightly altered by their interaction to give as many different energy levels as the total number of atoms present. The levels are so closely spaced as to form a continuous energy band. Means, in case of crystal, what is happening? These atoms are very closely spaced. So their valence energy levels overlaps. Valence energy levels overlaps, and because of that overlapping, there is slight change in the energies of that energy levels. Okay, valence energy level. Okay, and we have closely spaced energy level, that is known as continuous energy band. And the free electron in this band have a Fermi-Dirac energy distribution, in which at 0 Kelvin their kinetic energy ranging from 0 to epsilon f. What is epsilon f? Fermi energy. These are the main points of the free electron theory. So I am going to use this point to derive Ohm's law.